So, how you doing? My name's James. Welcome back to Dublin Private Tour. And just for those who are visiting Dublin, it's going to tell you a little bit about the history of Dublin Castle. So, where I currently standing, Courtyard Dublin Castle, which is just here. Okay, I'll show you a little more in detail in a minute. But just to give you a little bit of the history of Dublin Castle. Dublin Castle was built originally by John from Robin Hood fame, if you've seen those movies, and it starts construction 1204, completed the year 1220. And if you think about 1220 as a year, for those who know their Irish history, that's 50 years after the English guys arrive, and they want to build a centre of the rule. So Dublin Castle will be the centre of English, later British rule for 700 years, 1220 until our independence in 1922. So we look around the castle very briefly, and you will note that it doesn't look like a proper medieval castle that it did originally. So what happens? Late 1600s, there's fire in the grounds here, and there's briefly gunpowder most of the main buildings, and fire and gunpowder, not a great combination. And it's believed the English guys who ruled here took it upon themselves to destroy most of the original castle. But this tower remains, and you can see it written there, Record Tower, and that's the tower that we're currently looking at in the video. And the Record Tower remains, well, it's pretty self-evident what it's talking about, records, documents. Actually, a lot of the records and documents the English held regarding the rule were in this building just here. And that was not destroyed. So those records and documents will remain and not to be devalued or in any way, destroyed or anything taken away from them. So that remained the same. But then Dublin Castle was rebuilt in different styles of architecture over different time frames. And we're just going to look around. So we have here George and red brick buildings, all dating back mostly 17th to early 1800s, named after the King Georges that time. Okay, we have our medieval tower still, obviously, and then we have our neo-Gothic church here, which is from the 1800s. And then, unfortunately, later architecture, which you might say brutalist style of architecture, mostly known as communist style, for the 1960s, 70s and 80s, which is our ugly building just here. But it's the Lower Courtyard Dublin Castle, today all used for Irish government purposes. Just to give you a little rundown for those who are visiting Dublin. To learn more actually about Dublin when you're here, just visit dublinprivatetour.com. I might see you on one of our tours. Do private tours in Dublin, and feel free to like, subscribe, follow, and share these videos wherever you find them. And I might see you on one of our tours soon. See you guys, bye.